Linda was what I define as the epitome of a philanthropist.
Linda was very generous after the tragic death of her husband in an industrial accident. She endowed a chair here in industrial safety.
Linda Benavides was a board member at the YWCA for 4 years, and she impacted the YWCA with her enthusiasm and her ability to connect people with one another.
Linda and I worked on the Westside Business Association board for over 8 years, and there wasn't a committee that she wasn't involved in. There wasn't an event that she didn't participate in. There wasn't a cause that she didn't bring in to be represented by our efforts at the WBA. She was tireless.
Linda was involved with at least 12 boards here in the community. She championed education and she championed the community and the children here in the community. I was involved with her. She was a very close friend of mine, and we were like a tag team together. She always was looking for people that needed help. I never knew very much about Linda. She never did anything to bring fame or fortune to herself. And actually, I never knew very much about Linda until she was going to get an award from the chamber, and I got her resume, and that's when I found she had an MBA and had been recognized by Texas Monthly in the 1990s as one of the biggest philanthropists in Texas. But other than that, she would have never called attention to herself.
And the thing that just struck me about Linda was she was always in a service role. You know, it wasn't like she was, I knew that she was leading some of the things that she was involved with, but she was a servant leader. You know, I saw her at one of the Westside Business Association meetings, and I didn't know what she was doing. I thought she was just greeting people, but then I realized she was going table to table, taking care of different matters, and I think she was also trying to sell tickets to some other event that she was involved with. So she was a very amazing woman. We're going to miss her very much.
One of my favorite memories, and one I've heard other people talk about, is that whenever Linda saw anyone, me or someone else, she was, "Hello, mija, how are you, mijo?" That was her automatic greeting, and it was so genuine, and we miss her and we will continue to miss her, and that's part of her legacy, I think, is her genuineness.
She was a woman of faith. There wasn't any time that if you were feeling down or you needed a prayer, she'd immediately start prayer chains to link everybody with always, she was very devout in her faith, but she was, again, passionate about children. We served for a whole year together. We tutored students at Zavala Elementary. And I was going to handle the math part. She was going to handle the English. You know, these kids were counting on their fingers. They couldn't read basic. These are third, fourth graders reading at first grade level. I mean, they were, but at the end of those 9 months, you would have thought we would have hit the lottery because we celebrated because the kids could do math, simple, basic math, no longer using their fingers. They could read to her, and it was such a celebration, and it's such a great memory for us. Many, many memories of Linda, but that stood out because we felt joy in these kids doing something that we set out to do in the beginning of the school year. And here in May, we're celebrating. And I think that was, it wasn't money involved or anything, but it was our time, our resource, our skill set that we were able to help these children. And that memory stands out. One of many, but that one does stand out because we celebrated like we were so overjoyed. Okay.
Linda was always ready to volunteer. She was always the first one to volunteer and get involved in the planning for our gala event. And she was always there picking up silent auction items and making sure everything was just right.
Linda was so kind to everybody, and she never made you feel like you were being put under pressure to come help us out here at the chamber. She always made you feel welcome and like you wanted to be invited to the table. You wanted to be a part of this family membership.
Every time anyone walked up to Linda, you were greeted by arms wide open, smile, "Mija, mija." Everyone was her friend. She was a friend to everyone. Linda knew just about everybody in South Texas. Her passion was advocating for people, advocating for children, advocating for education, advocating for involvement and engagement. And she was a champion at it. She'll be sorely missed.